Hello, everyone. This is Continuing Education. I am Minister James Moss. We are in the book of Luke, and we're about to wrap up chapter 20. All right. So we're going to go verses 45 through 47 here in chapter 20. And this one is entitled, Jesus Warns Against the Religious Leaders. Now, remember, the setting is all this is taking place in front of crowds. So it's like being at a sporting event or something, or a debate. And the Pharisees and the Sadducees and all the religious leaders, they're not looking good. It's not looking good for them. They're striking out. So here we go. Luke, like the other synoptic writers, concluded this section, which describes the confrontation between Jesus and the religious leaders, with Jesus' severe condemnation of the teachers of religious law. Their concern for outward appearances over the condition of their own hearts, especially their total inattention to justice and mercy, was despicable in God's eyes. All right, so now, not only did he put them on Front Street, but now he's telling the crowd right in front of them, look, these are not good people. Watch out for what they're doing. Okay, what they're doing is just, it's contemptible. All right, so here we go. Then in the audience of all the people, he said unto his disciples, beware of the scribes which desire to walk in long robes and love greetings in the markets and the highest seats in the synagogues and the chief rooms at feasts, which devour widows' houses for a show, making long prayers. The same shall receive greater damnation. Okay. All right, so here we go. The teachers of religious law loved the benefits associated with their position, and they sometimes cheated the poor in order to get even more benefits. Jesus warned his followers to beware of them. They were supposed to be just what their title implied, teachers who led people into the truth of God. Instead, they loved the perks of their position and did just the opposite. They led people away from God. The reference of parading in flowing robes and being bowed or bowed to in the marketplaces pictured these religious leaders who went through the market in their long robes, receiving bows of respect from everyone. These actions were motivated by vanity. They loved the seats of honor in the synagogues and at banquets because those seats were reserved for the most important people. The accusation of cheating widows out of their property pictured the teachers' abuse of their trusted position. Because they received no pay for their services, they depended on the hospitality of devout Jews. It was considered an act of piety for people to help them. But some of these religious men were using their position to defraud the gullible. They were in a position to exploit people, cheating the poor out of everything they had and taking advantage of the rich. How could they deserve anything but condemnation? Their lengthy public prayers, Jesus said, amounted to no more than a cover-up. Their long prayers were not conversations with the Lord, but were merely ploys to make people think they were especially holy. Through their pious actions, they hoped to gain status, recognition, and respect. The punishment for these leaders would be especially severe because as teachers, they were responsible for shaping the faith of the people. Jesus solemnly announced their punishment will be the greater. And that ends chapter 20. So after Jesus showed the crowd that, okay, first of all, they're not as smart as you think they are, or they want you to think they are. Now, let me pull the cover back on some things. These long prayers that they're doing in front of you, it's a cover up. It's a sham, and in the words of Malcolm X, you've been bamboozled, you've been hoodwinked, you've been led astray, you've been ran amok, So he didn't say it behind their back either. He said it right there in their presence. These dudes are they're faulty, man. These dudes is janky, however you want to put it. They love being bowed to. They put on these elaborate robes and, they walk through the marketplaces to swell up their head, because people are like, ooh. It's like, Jesus is like, if anything, if you don't learn anything else, know that they crooked. All right. Until next time, God bless you. God keep you. And as I always say, keep studying.